you just played earlier. I said it was a great set that you just played earlier.
Oh, thank you. Something's Missing sucked completely.
What?
But that's what the people want in me is a little honesty.
Yeah.
And my amp died, so Something's Missing was like the get through job.
I thought it was great.
Thank you.
Did you guys think it was great?
Oh, well,
There's your answer. You know you're never going to get a no
well,
answer to that question,
then.
right? I'm just wondering, you know, a lot of the songs on the album deal with relationships, and, you know, you've had relationships with famous people, and then I'm sure with not famous people as well. When you become a celebrity, do you think it is easier to have a successful relationship with someone who's also a celebrity or someone who's not, or does it make a difference?
I'm a terrible person to ask about that. I have no idea, you know, like I don't consider myself a celebrity. When I meet somebody, it's like, does that person interest me or not? And then it's like, what do you do for a living, you know? But I don't think that I could really comment on like what makes a celebrity relationship anymore. It's not that I would seek out a celebrity relationship because there's nothing about it. I think it's harder.
You think it's harder?
Oh, I think it's totally harder.
Why is it harder?
I don't know. I just think it's harder. Well, because
Too
you
many
want to live.
schedule conflicts.
Let me tell you something. Whenever there's something about being noticed in a magazine or a paper that just gives me a headache. I don't like it. It just gives me, like, the back of my neck tenses up when I see my name in bold. It's like, you know, the question, and I don't usually talk about this stuff, but really what it comes down to is like, what's asking for it? Now, if you go on a red carpet and you're like,
right.
You're kind of asking for it, you know. If you put yourself out there, you're kind of asking for it. But is walking the drugstore with somebody asking for it? It's like,
have you
I don't
found
know.
that a lot? The paparazzi's going after you?
Not after me. I got no juice whatsoever. I might stand next to somebody who has the juice, and I'm in the picture with the person who has the juice. But I myself could not transfer the juice to someone else like you. I couldn't be walking with you, and it couldn't be like this. You wouldn't get. Nobody would care. Nobody would care. It wouldn't transfer over to you. See?
Right.
It would move from the person who has the juice to the person who doesn't.
Right.
But I have no juice, therefore it would not make it to her.
Good analogy. I want to talk about home life because there's something that you basically said, that you are not a nomad, which must be very difficult for you because your whole career is based on touring. So, you know, your nature is going against your career.
It is, but I want to make sure that people understand that it's not because I don't like playing on stage. You know, if there was a way to warp onto the stage every night from the same place, we would all do it. So it's really kind of a highly imperfect way to live in the first place, you know, to get so many places at once. But yeah, I mean, it's not in my nature to do it at all.
So how do you maintain a sort of home life while you're on the road?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
JD's your best friend.
No. I don't even drink. I don't know. Friends. You bring your friends with you. And, you know, when you go out on the road, the relationships that stay home kind of die. They kind of have to, you know. I mean, I'm not one of those guys who loves being on the cell phone, you know. I said I love you. I'll call you back. I'll call you back from a landline, you know. So
that's difficult.
my friends are the people who I would call when I got off the road anyway, but they'd be like, John, we just got off the bus together.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
they're with you on the road.
we'll figure it out. It's imperfect. The logical side of my brain wants to figure it out like a Rubik's Cube. How do you get on stage and play every night for people, but go home like they do? You know,
Right.
we'll figure it out
Maintain
someday. But I'm not complaining.
Life of normalcy.
You know?
Well, we've got a speaker's corner for you. Someone who's on the road. This is from Vancouver. So if you'll just take a look over here.
What do you got for us,
Find out what
Jackie?
the question is.
My name's Carnival, and I'm from Vancouver. John, you were once a regular attraction at Eddie's Attic in Atlanta. What's in your attic? Or if you don't have one, what would you do with your own attic? Thank you. Woof woof.
I get it. It came from the dog.
That's right.
It came from the dog.
How did you know?
Well, they just put it on the last minute. I don't really have an attic. I have a closet, and it's filled to the brim with guitars and cases and stuff. Because I try to not be the kind of guy who, when you come over, you can see evidence of my career. Like, you go to a doctor's house, he's not like, oh, let me get that human heart off the
Syringes
table. You know, it's like,
everywhere,
yeah, let me get that stethoscope out of your way. So I kind of like to put everything into the closet as best I can.
Compartmentalize things.
Yeah, it's women, you know, it's not cool. You know, hey, have a seat on the road case. What can I get you?
Right.
No.
Okay, well, I think we've got a question from the audience. Is it Andrea over there?
Me.
Hello, Andrea. What's your question for John?
My question for John is, well, first off, I want to say I think your music's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
And you inspire me a lot. My question is, do you sometimes find hype overshadows the content of your music? And if so, how do you feel about people buying into hype rather than into your music?
Well, it depends on what you think hype means. If hype means somebody talking about your music for a good reason, then I think hype is great. You know, let's let everybody talk about it and let's keep. But if hype means more talk than what you have, then I hate it. You know, I mean, I think that's what hype is. Hype is talk beyond what something can actually substantiate. And so, how do I deal with it? Just, you know, for all things like hype and celebrity, if you put your head down and you just keep doing what you were supposed to be doing, all that stuff kind of flies by you, you know?
Thank you. Good question.
Yeah.
All right, now
Thank
we've
you.
got someone on the phone. She's from Halifax. It's Marcelina. Hi, you there? Hello? Marcelina?
Calls
No,
back from a landline.
I guess she's not there, but we'll talk to her later, hopefully. Halifax. Well, I have another question.
Okay.
You know, on one of your songs, you basically talk about how you want to give up being so analytical and question yourself, you know, what is the meaning of my life?
Right.
But my theory is that once you're an overanalyzer, you're always going to be that. That's sort of your nature. Have you found a way to kind of zen out at all?
No, not really.
No?
Not really. But that song, you know, that's a song called New Deep that I
Yeah.
think a lot of people have misconstrued as being like the joke is that with all that thinking about not thinking anymore, you still are, which you
Right.
know. Like I'm not the one asking, is there a God? I think I got kind of tired of people exercising philosophy just for, you know, I'll sit down and, you know, we want to have a conversation and break out the philosophy. That's great if it's the right time. But everybody here knows somebody that they hate hanging out with at the party. Because
Right.
you just all of a sudden go like, isn't it weird how like the closest star is still billions of light years away? And it's like, you know what? Just drink your drink, you know?
You want to party. Okay, I think this time we've got Marcelina on the phone from Halifax. Marcelina, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh!
Hey! She
All right.
made it. Great. Okay, so what's your question for John?
I just wanted to say that I get such a huge energy rush off of your music, and I'm so glad you're here to play it for us. But my question was, I was just wondering, what tattoo do you have on your arm, and if it has any significance, and if you have any more?
That you want to show us?
I'm tattooed
Feel free.
basically like balls to toes, pretty much. No, I'm kidding. No,
Well, let's take
I have
a
a
look
few.
at it.
I have a
Can
few.
Can we get a look at this tattoo? I don't know if the camera can come in and see that, but
you know,
Okay.
every woman that I meet who wants to grab my arm and look at my tattoo wants to know what it means. And the way I kind of look at tattoos are like, well, you know, just admit what they really are. Is that you saw something you liked with your eyes and you wanted to put it on your body, and that's what it is. Most people figure out what it is they got when they walk out of the tattoo parlor. Thank you. My grandmother is here. And it's like, no, I like the graphic design, and I wanted to put it on my arm. And I knew that after I'd sold a bunch of records that I wouldn't have to go to another job interview again. I was like, let's
Right.
put it where everyone can see it.
go crazy. Okay, well, we've got another question outside. Thank you for calling us, Marcelina, by the way. Let's go outside the crowd
Excellent.
and see what they have for you. Go this way. Wow. Crowd.
Here we are again. How are you?
We've got a mail question here. Chico.
Yeah, hey John.
How are you, Chico?
How do you feel about
You know
the
your
mail?
guitars so well. I was just wondering, if you were to name your favorite guitar, what would that name be, and why would you give it that name? And my friends Mark and Mia are wondering if you could play at their wedding. But anyway.
I don't, you know, people ask me a lot of times, do I have a name for guitar? I don't think most guitar players name their guitars, you know? I mean, no, I don't think so. I don't know, what would I name it? Mine. And then I'd be like, well, then someone touched it, I go, mine. Like that. No, I don't know, I don't really have that kind of relationship with a guitar. They're tools that I like to keep, but they're not, I don't sleep with them or anything like that.
Thanks for the question, Chico. All right, well, don't go away because we've got lots more music coming up as we return to the intimate and interactive with John Mayer.